I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do shit. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do shit. And that goes for anything in my life, not specifically just streaming. Lesbian, you lose somebody you love, who's your best friend. You tell me how you feel. You're not going to want to leave your bed. You're not going to leave your crib. You're not going to want to do anything. I would do anything to be able to talk to her again.
Sure. I'll stand. There are a lot of negative things in the world. There's a lot of terrible things that are happening all over the world, all the time. There are lots of problems that need to get solved. There's lots of things that are miserable and kind of get you down. But that life cannot just be about solving one miserable problem after another. That can't be the only thing. There need to be things that inspire you, that make you glad to wake up in the morning and be part of humanity. This guy called Tsiolkovsky, one of the early Russian rocket scientists, the great saying, "Earth is the cradle of humanity, but you cannot stay in the cradle forever." It is time to go forth, become a star-faring civilization. I find that incredibly exciting. That makes me glad to be alive. I hope you feel the same way.
What's your advice for big arms?
When I train my bicep, if I do the exercise and it's easy, no bicep will grow. But when I train with heavier weights and I struggle, then it will grow. But when I get to the point where there is pain and discomfort, and when it gets really hard and I can't do another rep, and now I do the forced reps, what we call in lifting, the forced reps. Every rep you're shaking and you're screaming because you're forcing it, and the next 2 or 3 reps that you do are so painful and uncomfortable. The harder it is, the more valuable it becomes. But that's what makes it grow. Anything that comes easy is not worth getting. Okay, we have to understand that's the way it is in life. It is when it's hard. It is when you struggle. It's when you fall. It is when you get up again and you continue on, relentless.
¿Veo más?
Sí.
¿Sí me veo más? Sí, ¿verdad?
People always ask Lee, man, what's the secret? Is there one special exercise? Some magic supplement? What's the one thing you do to get arms like that?
It's so basic. There are no secrets. There is no magic formula when it comes to training, dieting. It's all basic.
But according to Lee, there's no secret at all. No magic trick. He says it all comes down to high volume training and spending around 2 hours in the gym doing arms workout.
Every time I've done them, I just keep going. I could probably do more, but I just stop. After like 2 hours, that's enough. 2 hours on arms? Exactly. And that's coming from the guy who got voted best arms in the history of the sport, so forget all the other shit on the internet, listen to me.
Lee trained with insane volume, running supersets back to back. So today, we're diving into the Lee Priest Arm Day Blueprint. For Lee, arm training was serious, so he gave arms a separate day. He paired biceps and triceps together in supersets, going back and forth without much rest. He ran 5 rounds like that, meaning 10 exercises overall, every one of them done with high volume. So first up, superset number 1. We start with overhead cable curls. Keep the form strict and move through a full range of motion to really build those mountain-like bicep peaks. Just watch Lee here. He's fully focused on every rep. Look at his face.
People always say mind-muscle connection, and it's true. I don't mean like, you got to really be like this, but it's like if you say you're doing your bicep and you're standing here, just really focus, just, squeeze the bicep, feel the bicep pump. Even if you want to picture a mountaintop or picture Arnold's arms, whoever, picture my arms. But just focus on nothing else. Don't worry about shit going on around you. Don't worry about music in your head. All you should be is just up, squeeze, feel it down, up, squeeze, feel it down. And that's all you should be focused on. So just think about that and that sort of thing. Whether it's chest or anything, just picture it and squeeze it and really focus on what you're doing.
Lee usually goes for about 12 reps here with a lighter weight, mainly to warm the arms up.
Still warming up here. 20 sets for buys and tries.
And at the top of every rep, make sure you pause and squeeze the biceps. Then right away, no rest, he moves straight into rope tricep pushdowns. For the first set, he hits around 15 reps. Keep your back straight and your elbows tucked tight to your sides. Drive the rope down with power until your arms are fully extended. Squeeze the triceps hard at the bottom. Then slowly bring it back up and repeat.
But there are no secrets. But if I'm doing barbell, any basic movement like this, 6 to 8 for mass.
Yeah.
If I do cable curls or like a preacher, maybe 10 to 12. But anything basic like a barbell or dumbbell, I like to stick to 6 to 8.
Next up, superset number 2, he starts with incline dumbbell curls. Sit back on an incline bench. In this position, your arms have to do all the work. There's no help from the body or the legs. Keep your elbows locked by your sides, move through a full range of motion, and keep the form strict. At the top of every rep, squeeze the biceps hard. No swinging, no cheating. The rhythm is important here. Lee keeps the movement controlled the whole time. Not too fast, not too slow. The goal is to pump as much blood as possible into the biceps. That's the key. As soon as he finishes the curls, he drops the dumbbells and moves straight into the triceps part of the superset. This time he pairs it with tricep pushdowns. Hands placed close together, elbows tucked in tight. Right after hitting biceps, switching immediately to triceps takes the pump to a whole different level. At this point, your arms feel so full, it's like the skin is being stretched. The pump is insane. And remember, triceps are what really make your arms look big. They make up most of the size on the back.
So guys, I just found out some really bad news. I'm dating this girl. She's 23, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's really nice, she's really happy. She's not coarsened by the labor market. She hasn't got BPD from her exes. She hasn't been fucked by loads of men. Her heart hasn't been broken. She's not screaming all the time, full of hate. She's not a bitter old hag, you know? She's just a really nice, sweet young girl. And obviously I'm 40, so she's half my age. And someone on the internet found out about it, and some fat feminist told me that I'm only dating this young girl because she's naive and I'm not good enough to get a girl my own age. And I was like, wow, you're right. I guess all this money and fame and sports cars is not enough to get the 40-year-olds. I can't get a 40-year-old girlfriend, so I probably can't even get a 30-year-old girlfriend, you know, knowing me. So maybe you're right. Maybe I have to settle for these young, innocent, cute, sweet women who aren't full of hate, who aren't looking old, aren't constantly arguing, aren't constantly bitter. Maybe I have to settle for them because I just can't date in my own age bracket. It's a tough realization, but I guess it is what it is.
I mean, you know, shit, I could be a 70-year-old man with a 25-year-old bitch. A 75-year-old woman can have a 25-year-old man, though.
There you go.
So, what am I in a rush for?
Oh, you just dropped one right there.
Shit, man. I didn't write the book. I just read the motherfucker.
Come on now. So much truth in that right there.
A bitch turned 18 every day, Pete.
Yeah. Wow. I'm still basking in that.
Yeah, let it sink in. Give it a minute, man.
Yeah.
We got time to go get that drink now for you.
Pac stayed in the studio. He worked all day in the studio, and he would get up early each morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning, and be at the studio. So once Pac is up, it'll take the Outlaws a minute to get up. Because you got to understand, you know, at that time, we're all young. So, you know, niggas drinking the night before. So the next day, most of us are lazy and don't want to get up, right? Pac whole thing was these brothers, these niggas better be up 5 minutes after me. So I would make sure that these niggas would get up. Like, yo, Castro, come on, get up. Yaki, come on, y'all got to get up. Pac left already. He left. So now y'all got to get up and be at the studio. So I would make sure that they would get up, go to the studio. Again, I'm frying chicken because Pac will call and make sure that somebody will come to the house while Pac is at the studio to pick up the chicken that I fried and take it back to the studio. It was moments where before going to Vegas, Pac had bought a bunch of CDs.
Dad,
Yeah.
what habits should you avoid that are proven to speed up aging?
The first one's pretty obvious, smoking. Smoking negatively impacts pretty much every organ system in the body. Even smoking at low levels impacts your longevity. The second would be a sedentary lifestyle. Even if you have a consistent exercise program, if you go and sit for 6 or 8 hours at work, this affects glucose metabolism, mitochondrial function. Our bodies are made to move. The third would be obesity. And I don't just mean a number on the scale. I'm talking about distribution of fat, particularly abdominal or visceral fat. This is a known engine for chronic disease states. Next would be chronic stress. And I'm talking about high-level stress, loss of a job, chronic illness with a loved one, financial stress, relationship stress, things that really don't go away. High persistent levels of cortisol and other stress hormones have a negative impact on your overall health. And finally, poor sleep. Sleep is absolutely foundational for all of us. When we sleep, this is where our bodies recover and have time to repair. And if our bodies aren't repaired properly, then the risk for disease states goes up. Now, we can't run from our genes, but we can impact how those genes are expressed. We're all going to age, and that's inevitable. But how we age is a choice.
I think a lot of people don't realize how most people die. I worked as a paramedic for 17 years, and most of the death calls I responded to were just old people dead on the toilet with no muscle tissue. When you're young, it seems like it's very easy to have muscle tissue. It's not really on your mind because the mortality of the fact that you're gonna eventually die isn't really at front of brain. But as you get older, it's very important that you get into the gym and you grow muscle tissue and you get strong, because muscle tissue is directly correlated, and data proves this, with the longevity and quality of your life. So if you want to live a long, healthy life, you need muscle tissue.